What it is, YouTube? It is Countless Gaming. I am back after a long while. I haven't remembered the last time. Pardon me. It's been a while since I've live streamed, and obviously now is a good time to say I hope everyone's doing okay. I just want to say that yeah, I know everything's having a rough time right now. And I just want to say hope your Easter's going well. I hope a lot of eggs are being eaten, and obviously we're still caring for the NHS. We're giving all the support we possibly can by following the guidelines, sticking to the rules. All we want to do is put ourselves in. Well, we don't really want to put ourselves at risk, but at least try and limit the chance to, of course, spread the disease. So at the same time, obviously, we want to just make sure that we can keep ourselves safe by not harming others. So I just wish to say thanks to everyone who is, and of course we want to also make sure and make aware that we are also minding our social distancing up to 2 meters if possible. So hopefully we can sort this out in the near future. What if you? I see a few people have joined already. If you want to say hi, write something in the chat. The live chat is available, so if there's any suggestions or any ideas you would like to comment, please feel free to type ahead. So yeah, this is just a stream for chatting, and if anyone wants to have a wee chat. So how is everyone's Easter going so far? I've just swatted a fucking spider on the floor, and let's just say the bugger came out of nowhere. It scurried out of from underneath my drawers, and I swatted the little thing. I do not like spiders in my room. That's one thing for damn sure. And yes, I'm sorry if there are any kids watching. It is not for children. As of course I am over 18, there is a chance of mature age language. So we'll keep that on a low. So I can't see who's joined. Could you please type in the chat if you are watching to please state who is here so I can see who's in the chat. Oh dear. And we have one person who's left. Well, I hope your evening was fun. Thank you for tuning in. And obviously, if people who are watching, can I please get a thumbs up and support for coronavirus, so we can make sure for every like, I would like to say I would put forward a notification in support for the NHS. So every like is one support. And if you do support the NHS, I would like people in the chat to type this specific message. And if you're new to the, oh, and by the way, if you are new to the channel and you are watching this for the first time, yes, this is it's not something I do very often. It's only when I'm able to, and I can sit down and do like a decent stream or anything I'd like to share with anybody, or if it's at a crucial time, I'd like to make sure everyone's doing okay. So it's just a case of whether or not. If you are new to the channel, I'd like if you could hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on if I do any more further live streams or any updates. Also, I use this. I also use my YouTube channel as a post up for my future cosplays. I will do hopefully a either a video compilation of all my cosplays that I've done in the past. I will do. I'll get obviously all the tutorials and what pieces I use to make them. I've already done a few pictures of my Psycho cosplay on my Instagram, which is cosplaycal or at cosplaycal, which you can also see my previous work as well. However, I will leave it in the description of this video for anyone to check out as well. To the one person who's watching, hi. I would like to put some tunes on, but I don't know if it'll pick it up through here. I don't think it will. Plus, I'll get copyrighted strike for music, so I'm not going to bother. So that kind of sucks in the process. I like how there's only like one person. Oh, there's two people watching. Hi to the new viewer. Please write in the comments below or in the chat to say who's joined, please. Much appreciated. And also, please write the hashtag Save the NHS. As we are, and every like is going to class as a support for the NHS. One like equals one support. And also, if you wish to offer up any ideas for any costumes and cosplays in the future, I'd be more than welcome to hear them. Also, in the live chat, I'd also like to see how obviously you guys are coping with the lockdown and how you guys are getting around it in your family home. No, don't be afraid to tell what this is what the stream is about. Like, here it is. It's talking to people and also helping out, obviously, to see how people are dealing with the lockdown as well. So it's nice to share the input and stuff. What? I know, of course, obviously, I'm trying to deal with the lockdown as well, but also I have to go to work, considering I'm an essential worker. Yeah, I don't believe that rubbish. It's just you're going to put yourself at more risk being an essential worker when practically everywhere should just be shut because it's a global event, it's a global thing. It's all gonna kill us. I mean, the rate's gone up by 89 bloody kills today. So, like deaths. That's all we need. Yeah, that's all we need. Just to add that little tip on the edge of a blade. That's so not what we need. We need to reduce the numbers. The sooner we get a cure, the sooner we'll all be better. However, obviously, I know you can get the 15 quid to get a test. Yeah, like everybody's got 15 quid to go and get a test just to make sure you've even got the disease before you can go anywhere near the place. It's like, oh yeah, how do you know if you've got it or not? I'm not going to spend 15 quid to go and say, oh yeah, just give me a prick and find out if like anything's going to go. It's not worth it. But obviously, I know they're trying to get a cure. But I'm giving full support to the NHS. I really am. That's why I say in this live stream, one thumbs up is one support to the NHS. And the more the merrier is really appreciated. Dear oh dear. And the wind outside is getting louder. Yippee. Since we're going to have some rough weather tomorrow. Yay. It's been lovely the past several days, and here we're going to give you rain. Just what we want. Bring the sun back. It's meant to be spring, not autumn or winter. It's meant to be spring. And we're supposed to have sun and warmth. And I hope to Lord above we have a good summer. Because last summer sucked. So let's hope to Lord of God we need to get a good summer. And if we get a good summer, we might get rid of this virus, because apparently in scientific studies it survives in a cold environment, which is why we need the heat. Take this rain and shove it back in the clouds. We don't need it. Give us the sun that we've had for the past couple days. Lord of merry mercy. Yeah, that's my little rant over. Because I give up with it now. It's just getting ridiculous. People who are panic buying are idiots. Yeah, people who are okay. Second part of my rant. People who are panic buying. If you're gonna panic buy, I think you're an idiot. Because to be honest, it's a thing where we're all concerned. But you don't need to buy tons and tons and tons of stuff that you're not gonna use. I can understand going out for your essential shopping like you're able to. However, don't do a massive big shop, because we know half of the stuff you're going to use will be used at a later date. However, if you're in need of certain things, which are your essentials, get them. But don't go for a full big shop, because that's the last thing you want. And people who are queuing, I mean, come on. They're still going to be there, depending on delivery or not. They're still going to have the product in store. Yes, some things can't be determined, but that's not our fault. We are only trying to provide what we can. I work in Home Bargains up in Bridie Hill. I know when like queues are about and stuff, because when I go to work, I see the Asda queues in Bridie Hill. That is ridiculous. They queue to the street. As just literally goes just a little further down by the door. It's the most quietest queue I've ever seen compared to Asda and Tesco and everywhere. It's just getting ridiculous. I can understand from a point of view that yes, it's a dangerous thing. We're all trying to keep ourselves safe. But going out a big shop is really not necessary. I can understand if you need little bits and bobs like toilet roll. Like for one main example, toilet roll. Why? I can only understand getting like 18 rolls. That'll do you for at least a good couple days or even a week if you're really conservative. But don't like get tons for yourself and then try and get some for someone else because then that's just rude. You're buying more than you need or you're trying to buy more. So, and then don't lie to us at the till saying, oh, it's for someone else. Yeah, we know where you're going. It's going to go to you because you're going to get to store it somewhere else. No, we only limit 2 per customer. End of story. But at the same time, we're trying to help everybody at the same time get their essentials. So that's what I want to try and say to everybody. Please respect us as well. We obviously help the NHS by staying indoors, but help us, our store assistants, everywhere from shops from like Sainsbury's, Tesco, Morrison's, Waitrose, you name it, One Stop, Home Bargains. Help us out. We want to help you, and you want to help us because obviously it's all a symbiotic relationship. We want to make sure that you get your items, you stay safe, especially at this point in time, and you can get literally all you need. However, what we don't like and what we don't want is disrespectful customers, people who argue over nothing, and people who are really rude because that's not what we need, especially at this time. And we don't like greediness because it's just not good for us. Yes, I can understand from a point of view, but it's just not necessary. Like it's I'm gonna cuss it there because like I'll just get annoyed at it otherwise. But yeah, it could be better. If the world knew what was going on, we'd actually figure something out. But we're just taking to it as if it's nothing. We're just going about our daily lives thinking, oh, that's not going to matter. Hell yeah, like 20 people have died on my state. Nah, I'm not. I'm joking on that one, by the way. But like, it's one of them things we can't really avoid. And it's just not worth it. You might as well just carry on and hopefully try and support us at the same time because that's what we're really trying to do. We want to give you guys our full support. So, anywho, I'm going off track. Hello to everybody again. Obviously, I want to make sure, obviously, that I'm welcoming everyone who joins and who leaves. So, obviously, this chat is for anybody who wishes to, yeah. Obviously, we want to like make sure, obviously, we're all sharing our side of the story, how we're dealing with the lockdown, how things are going on with everybody. Feel free to put it in the chat and have a chat. You can talk to me personally, give me ideas for costumes, and obviously don't be afraid to talk. It's what the stream's about. So and as I said, I would put music on, but I'd probably get a copyright strike due to using music and not owning the rights. So I'm not going to bother using music because I know what YouTube's like nowadays. You have to use different musics. Am I the only person who just heard that? I just heard banging outside my window, and it sounded like glass. So that was like my window. That's what it sounded like. Now, bearing in mind, I'm not going to look because I don't do jump scares. So I'm not even going to risk pulling my curtain back because screw that noise. Yeah, that's not happening. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I just want someone to chat to. Seriously, that noise outside my window is starting to make me pretty damn curious. However, as the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. Oh, unique rounds of boredom are kicking in. However, of course, obviously, we know all events as well due to the coronavirus have been cancelled. So Comic Con in March was a miss due to the virus. So I know they've pushed it back. However, if it's not cured or the numbers aren't going to be reduced, I still doubt that it's not going to go ahead. And the London MCM will definitely either be cancelled or pushed back because if MCM Birmingham didn't go ahead, I guarantee in the May one in London is certainly not going to go ahead. I can understand if, like, in a case of point that I mean, literally all football games have been cancelled. All public gatherings have practically been cancelled, like big events for like public people, including Comic Con as well. So everything has been either postponed or it's not going to happen. So I mean, even Insomnia later this year, that's going to probably be pushed back or cancelled. I doubt I'm going to go to the Comic Con in June because obviously if it's not cured, we'll see. But at the same time, it's just going to end up being like, what's the point? You're going to just risk getting it, and it's like, but if it's cured, then I can understand going. But if it's not, then I'm certainly not going. So, I mean, of course, we know from last Comic Con in November and March in last year, I was putting together my Psycho Matter costume, which I didn't do this one until November. I had to get all the pieces and parts first. In March, I did a ninja costume, which I actually ordered. And then later on in the year, I decided why not do this because obviously I knew I was getting the game in September, and then I spent practically rest of October, November, getting all the different pieces and parts, which then made my costume. And of course, I think the most expensive item was my buzz axe, which I can't really show up. Well, I can and I can't. I can because it's foam, but at the same time, it's a weapon. so it's kind of hard to say like whether you can show it or not. However, I do feel like grabbing it anyway. So, an hour just left on the Lego figure, so that kind of hurt. And I don't know what pop finals. Axel. There you go. And by far the most probably expensive item to that particular costume was in fact this, my Buzz Axe replica. This thing cost 70 quid on eBay. That is insane. And yeah, it's durable. It'll last a while. Downside is, yeah, it doesn't actually rev, but it gives it a feature where it feels like it does, and it's all rubber. So I can do that, and it doesn't hurt, and I can also do it doesn't hurt. So it's not all too bad. However, I know I've had a friend who on Facebook is doing a lockdown Comic Con video, and I've offered to do a video for her, which I'm going to send across tomorrow if the weather's not too bad, and then obviously I'll hopefully be featured in that, but we'll see what happens with the weather. For now, I'm going to end this stream. I really just wanted to see who was on and who wanted to chat. Sadly, I don't think I'm going to last much longer. And obviously, I'm starting to feel pretty bored, and we'll see what happens after. But obviously, I'll keep you guys posted if anything happens on Comic Con, and obviously, we'll see what happens in the near future. And I hope everyone takes this to heart. But please be safe. That's all I ask. Share this with friends and family who really need like support. Please give out my love to everybody, and I really do hope we can beat this soon. So for now, this is Caldas Gaming signing off. Stay safe, keep gaming, and rock on. Stay safe.